October Red and Ben Shalom back again as his head's in his phone. And I don't want to keep you all night. It's been a long day, hasn't it, Ben?
It has been a long day, but it's been a great day, and it's exciting, isn't it? Even as a fan of British boxing, to see all the fighters and all the promoters and the night that we've got in store for September 21st is pretty special.
You know what's crazy about, I don't know, about a year ago or so, I was speaking to Johnny Nelson and I said, Johnny, wouldn't it be really good if we could get all of the top 4 UK promoters and have them all together, maybe once a year, with all their fighters fighting each other? And Johnny was saying, never going to happen. But look, here we are 12 months later and it is happening.
It is one of those things that you do think about and you think, why not? But no one has the influence, perhaps, that His Excellency and Riyadh season could have had. And they have changed the way that the sport is working. Like, even the psychology of the promoters, I don't think, even though Riyadh season wasn't involved on Saturday, I don't think it would have happened like that were it not for the influence of them in the sport. So that's huge and that's massive. And we have, as much as people will say, we said from the start, the sport can be much bigger if the promoters work together and everyone can grow. And so to see the older promoters, the promoters that have been in 30, 40 years and have been, this is the way that it has to be, now sort of changing the way that it has to be, is amazing. And to be part of it's crazy. It's an exciting time for everyone involved in the sport.
Talk to me about the phone call with Tyler Denny, because look, he's just got out the ring. He's just defeated Felix Cash. Yeah. What happened on Sunday?
Well, I was knackered. I got back at 6 a.m. driving back down to...
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not, for different reasons.
Oh. Do you want to... No.
So anyway, I got back and I had to sleep a bit, and then I woke up late morning and a few missed calls. I'm thinking, this must be about, because there's been other fights we're talking about. You know, we're talking about Clark Wardley Clark, and we were talking about Boatsi and Eubank's nothing to do with me, but there were things being discussed. Did I think Tyler Denny's name was going to be mentioned? No. I think at that point I was like, right, let me just sit on this and speak to his manager, because it's sometimes too good to be true. And especially, you don't want to fuck with someone's head. Especially with Tyler, like, this is life changing. This won't come around again. So the last thing you want to do is say it might be on. You know, that's so. And he did get wind of it, but I said, look, if it's not right or the offer's not right, then we can still do this and we can possibly do this. Anyway, 2 days goes on, we're negotiating Sunday, Monday. I'm thinking, Jesus, this is going to happen. And then to tell him, and for him to find out, I mean, this is a fairy tale, and it's the most satisfying thing that I've ever had to do in as a promoter. The most satisfying, bar none. Forget world titles, forget pay-per-views, forget all women's cards, forget anything. This is the most satisfying thing I've ever seen happen. 2 years ago, he wins the English title. I remember sitting down with him and Errol about 4 months ago, probably. I think it was before he won the European, and we were trying to work out, right, because he was very open. I've got 4 kids, Ben. I've got this is what's going on. This is where I live. Who I've got, and we were trying to work it out, right? Okay, so if we can do that fight, then you can do that, and then you can put that there, and we were talking it through, because it's new to him, and he was fighting for $4,000, $5,000, and yes, and so I've seen his life change over the past 12 months, and we talked about that on Saturday, but then for that to then evolve into this, which truly is completely life-changing, completely takes him into
it's like a massive trajectory,
but also just a different, he's now going to have that comfort, that he's going to have a comfortable life. He's got 4 kids, he's got all sorts of stuff going on, and so for it to end in this, I know when we invested in the European title, we did think this could lead to some opportunities for you. Well, let's get it, and then let's see, because other fighters are going to want that. Did we think it was going to result in this sort of payoff? No chance. And I have to say, Saturday it felt like we climbed Everest. This now feels like it's just like it's speechless. He's living in a dream right now. He can't even put it into words. It's uncomprehendable. I don't think people really understand what's just happened. It's like someone doing a scratch card. And don't get me wrong, he's worked for it, so that's what makes it even sweeter. And so to be down here with him today, who would have thought Tyler Denny was the one that break down the barriers with Matchroom, and then the one on our first Riyadh season show as well? You would have never have guessed.
But Ben, this is what I'm saying. You know, like the thing that's like haunted you a bit is purse bid gate. You let the purse bid run. He went over to Matchroom, and he won. And then look what's happened.
Yeah, but look, we can't compare apples and pears, because you can. I know that's going to be said.
No, but it's not. But it's just my opinion.
It is. No, but and I get that, and it's a lot of people's opinions. But you know, it's always been, and hopefully now you'll see it more and more, and all these fights happen more and more. It's always been in the fighter's interest, and the Fraser Clark one that made the most noise for me was just a sensible boxing decision for someone who's trying to make sure that they give their boxer the best possible chance. We've had to be patient. Just remember, like, we didn't have a stable 2 years ago. We've had to be patient to actually develop the fighters, so to give them the platform, to give them a chance to now where they're in the big fights. And so all our stables now, across the board, in female and the male, or the Tokyo Olympians, or the future stars, are now getting to the point where they can be in exciting fights. We couldn't do that for 12 months. We were getting hammered for a while because we had to be patient, and we had to let them grow, and we had to give them the opportunities because we didn't have the headline names. Now they're becoming that, and so it's making it a lot easier. But as I say, the Tyler Denny one is something I'll never forget.
When you talk about chances in that fight, once again, Tyler, it's not foreign soil this time because it's a cold promo. It's actually a cold promo. Once again, he's going in as the underdog. He's not the favourite because obviously Hamza Sheeraz is, you know, the creme de la creme. Is Frank Warren's had him from the beginning. Hamza's the team captain. You know what Frank thinks of him. But what confidence have you got in Tyler? Is it matched to Frank's?
I've got every confidence that if he prepares well, you can look at his last 6 fights, and I spoke about this morning. He's fought tall fighters. Yeah. River Wilson-Bentley had 2 fights against him. Brad Ray was a very tall middleweight. I think he's now going up to super middleweight because he was that big of the weight. And he's fought consistently, and he's had to come through those challenges. So he's prepared. He's really prepared. He's got 3 months now to really get a game plan together. He's fighting one of the most talented young fighters coming through, and someone that Riyadh season are really behind. So the odds are going to be stacked back against him, absolutely. But if anyone can do it, Tyler can, and I really believe he can. He's going to come with his confidence is on cloud 9 right now. So he's going into this fight thinking this is ready-made for him, and he's going to steal the show. And when's it going to end? And where does it end? I don't know, but we're just enjoying it right now. We're on a ride. I want him to have a couple of weeks off and really just let it sink in, because it's a lot for someone to take in. Like, his life's just changed in the space of a week or two. Take it 2 weeks out, spend it with your family, and then lock in for the biggest night of your life.
Biggest night of your life. I've got to ask before we go, Fraser Clark, Fabio Wardley, any more rumblings with that? Because to be honest, I expected to see Fraser and Fabio here today. Slightly disappointed that there weren't, but
look, I think it sells out any arena itself in the country. It's such a big fight, and so for them, I think they have potentially the opportunity to box office their first event. I believe both fighters want it next, and it is going to happen next. So hopefully in the next week or so, I hope that we'll have some news. But it's another huge domestic heavyweight clash. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury have bossed it for a long time. I want to see new heavyweights being able to sell out arenas, and we've got a real chance with this one for both of them. And so, yeah, I think we'll see that fight, and it's amazing time to be involved in the sport. We've got so much coming up. We've got August the 3rd, where we've got Martin Bakole on in Los Angeles against Jared Anderson, a huge fight. Callum Simpson against Zach Shelley, a huge fight on the same day. August the 31st, hope to announce a big card then. Then we're at September 21st for Josh Boatsi and Tyler Denny. Then we're at the 28th in Wolverhampton for hopefully the headline of, for me, the future face of the sport. I don't care what anyone says, I'll say it. I've said it since his debut. The numbers don't lie. And he's a phenomenally talented fighter, so really excited for that. And I think we're going to see the creation of a new sporting superstar. You've got a fucking fly there. So yeah, it's going to be really busy. Communications lines open with the promoters. I'd like to do a boxer Matchroom card. I'd really like to do one of those. And I think it's all going to happen now. And look, as I say, as a fan, that's why we're all in it. For me, I was a fan. Like, I'd been to these guys' shows. I'm about to get a front row ticket to one of the best boxing shows. It's fucking unbelievable. And I'm a young guy, so I'm just enjoying it right now, because sometimes it's what I've had to go through to get to this point has been hard, and it should be hard, but it's been very hard. But now then to step back and go, wow, like, look at these fights, look at these fighters we're representing, look at these shows we're part of. This is amazing, this is really amazing. I'm just excited to go to these fights and enjoy these fights, and hopefully the fans are, we're growing the sport of boxing now, and hopefully it can continue like this, because there's no limit to this sport. It's got no language barrier. You can get opportunities from everywhere. It can go around the world. It can get bigger and bigger and bigger, and hopefully everyone involved in the sport will continue to do that.
Joshua Boatsi, Willie Hutchinson, how dare I forget that?
Yes.
I know we were supposed to have Boatsi Yard. What exactly happened with the breakdown with that before?
Frustrating. Look, there's two sides to every story. And there's the Anthony Yard side and there's the Joshua Boatsi side. And Josh Boatsi's frustrated. He thought he was going to fight in June. It's not happened. It's the fight the fans want to see. It's the biggest fight in that division in this country by a country mile. I don't deny that. It got to a point where we want to make that fight, but and I'm sure that fight's going to happen, and one day it's going to be a huge box office event in this country. But an interim world title fight is a massive opportunity, and especially we're very, very confident in Boatsi's ability. And what's great about this fight is Willie's going to wind him up. And I think that's the worst thing to do to Boatsi.
I think he needed it, though, to rise to that occasion.
He's so spiteful when he gets going. And if we see the spiteful Boatsi, that's one of the killers. That's one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing. And I think we're going to see it. He's frustrated. He's angry. He wishes he had that fight on June. He's now fighting someone that's winding him up. And that's what's going to beat Willie Hutchinson on September 21st. I can't wait. I think it should be chief support. There's a lot of shouts for that. So I'm going to campaign for that, because this can be the Josh Boatsi, the talent, the number one fighter. Let's go to superstar status now. Let's put on a performance that's going to shock people all around the world, and I think he can do that.
Thank you so much for your time, Ben. Congratulations on just literally just jumping in, getting on with everything after, everything that you've overcome. But this is a sport of boxing, and this is why you love it, right?
Yeah, man. It's fucking every day is a new day.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.